Hi guys, welcome to Bible in a Year.
Not necessary.
Day 144.
Hi.
We'll be reading first 2 Samuel 13 and 14 and 1 Corinthians 3.
Can you? Oh my gosh! Thanks for my.
We got Coca-Cola today.
If anyone likes hot Coca-Cola, say so down below, please. What? Why? Never mind. Why is this taking so slow? Are you doing this on purpose? Okay, that's enough. Can we start, please? And what? Don't slurp that. Oh my god. Don't slurp. That's not very polite. Okay. That's enough.
I don't want to pour this on my laptop.
Then don't hover it over your laptop. How about that?
It has insurance. It's covered right now.
I'm having a good time just laughing. Don't mind me, guys.
Okay. 2 Samuel 13.
I'll be in charge of the phone.
Is that right? That's my phone.
We got 2 Samuel 13 and 14 and 1 Corinthians 3 of the chapters we're going to read today. Okay, and there's a little bit of wetness on your phone. Oh, I'm going to go get a tissue because there's a little bit of a runny nose of mine.
Hey, 2 Samuel 13. Amnon and Tamar. After this...
Oh, oops. Now I got to go to the bathroom. I'm so sorry.
Oh my goodness. Good grief, Charlie Brown. Amnon and Tamar. After this, Absalom, the son of David, had a lovely sister whose name was Tamar, and Amnon, the son of David, loved her. Amnon was so distressed over his sister Tamar that he became sick, for she was a virgin, and it was improper for Amnon to do anything to her. What?
Wait, what? Excuse me?
Do anything to her.
What is that?
Okay, let me start over.
All right.
After this, Absalom, the son of David,
Sorry about that, guys.
had a lovely sister. So David's son was named Absalom, and he had a sister named Tamar. And Amnon, the son of David, loved her. Amnon was so distressed over his sister Tamar that he became sick, for she was a virgin, and it was improper for Amnon to do anything to her.
Okay, that sounds nice.
So he wanted to do something to her. What does that? Does that mean what I think it means? I don't know. Like,
if it's that, then that's messed up.
Dude, that's your sister. That's your sister. Okay, so let me.
Same thing. Okay.
But Amnon had a friend whose name was Jonadab, the son of Shimeah, David's brother. Now Jonadab was a very crafty man, and he said to him, "Why are you, the king's son, becoming thinner day after day? Will you not tell me?" Amnon said to him, "I love Tamar, my brother Absalom's sister." Wait. After Absalom, the son of David was... Wait, there's Amnon. Amnon said to him, I thought it was Absalom. Absalom, the son of David, had lovely sister named Tamar. Oh, Amnon, okay. Amnon said to him, "I love Tamar, my brother's Absalom's sister." It was his brother's sister. If it's your brother's sister, it's your sister, right? That doesn't make sense.
It does not make sense.
I love Tamar, my brother Absalom's sister. Well, if your brother's sister, it's yours. Why doesn't he just say my sister? Why does he say my brother? I don't know. That's weird. So Jonadab said to him, "Lie down on your bed and pretend to be ill. And when your father comes to see you, say to him, 'Please let my sister Tamar come and give me food and prepare the food in my sight that I may see it and eat it from her hand.'" What the heck? Then Amnon lay down and pretended to be ill. And when the king came to see him, Amnon said to the king, "Please let Tamar, my sister, come and make a couple of cakes for me in my sight, that I may eat from her hand. If you're sick, dude, you shouldn't be eating cakes. You should have like some broth or something, like some saltines. Anyways, and David sent home to Tamar, saying, "Now go to your brother Amnon's house and prepare food for him." So Tamar went to her brother Amnon's house, and he was lying down. Then she took flour and kneaded it and made cakes in his sight and baked the cakes. And she took the pan and placed them out before him, but he refused to eat. What the hell? Then Amnon said, "Have everyone go out from me." And they all went out from him. Then Amnon said to Tamar, "Bring the food into the bedroom, that I may eat from your hand." What the? And Tamar took the cakes which she had made, and brought them to Amnon, her brother, in the bedroom. See, her brother. Okay. Now, when she had brought them to him to eat, he took hold of her.
Ow!
"Come lie with me,
Oh my
my
God.
sister." He said, "Come lie with me, my sister."
Excuse me?
But she answered him, "No, my brother, do not force me, for no such thing should be done in Israel. Do not be do not do this disgraceful thing. And where could I take my shame? And as for you, you would be like one of the fools in Israel. Now therefore, please speak to the king, for he will not withhold me from you." However, he would not heed her voice, and being stronger than she, he forced her and lay with her. No, and lay with her. So he raped her.
He
Yeah, he RAP'd her.
He R'd her. How about that?
Then Amnon hated her exceedingly. What? You did that to her and you hate her now.
Dude, are you blaming her for
I think she should hate you, dude, not her. What?
Okay, this dude is dumb. What is dude? You should loathe yourself.
I
You're the
know.
one who forced this
What?
upon her.
Then Amnon hated her exceedingly. So that the hatred with which he hated her was greater than the love with which he had loved her. Oh my God. He loved her so much, and then he RAP'd her, and then he hated her more than he loved her. What the? And Amnon said to her,
Wait.
"Arise, be gone."
Pause.
Okay.
Did you say that he hated her more than he loved her?
Yeah, he loved her
So-
first, yeah, and then he hated her.
That sounds like he's hated her already, and now hates her even more.
He's dumb. Okay.
This dude's dumb. I was totally gonna say that, but I thought it was gonna be offensive.
Then Amnon hated her exceedingly, so that his hatred with which he hated her was greater than the love with which he had loved her. And Amnon said to her, "Arise, be gone." What the? You did that to her, and then you what? Okay. So she said to him, "No, indeed, this evil of sending me away is worse than the other that you did to me." But he would not listen to her. Then he called his servant who attended him and said, "Here, put this woman out away from me and bolt the door behind her." Now she had on a robe of many colors, for the king's virgin daughters wore such apparel. And his servant put her out and bolted the door behind her. Then Tamar put ashes on her head and tore her robe of many colors that was on her, and laid her hand on her head and went away crying bitterly. And Absalom, her brother, said to her, "Has Amnon, your brother, been with you? But now hold your peace, my sister. He is your brother. Do not take this thing to heart." So Tamar remained desolate in her brother Absalom's house. But when King David heard of all these things, oh no, he was very angry, of course. And Absalom spoke to his brother Amnon, neither good nor bad, for Absalom hated Amnon because he had forced his sister Tamar. Absalom murders Amnon. And it came to pass after 2 full years that Absalom had sheep herders in Baal Hazor, which is near Ephraim. To Absalom invited all the king's sons. Then Absalom came to the king and said, "Kindly note, your servant has sheep shearers. Please let the king and his servants go with your servant." But the king said to Absalom, "No, my son, let us not all go now, lest we be a burden to you." Then he urged him, but he would not go, and he blessed him. Then Absalom said, "If not, please let my brother Amnon go with us." And the king said to him, "Why should he go with you?" But Absalom urged him, so he let Amnon and all the king's sons go with him. Now Absalom had commanded his servants, saying, "Watch now when Amnon's heart is merry with wine, and when I say to you, strike Amnon," they're going to get him drunk and then hit him over the head. Strike Amnon, then kill him. Do not be afraid. Have I not commanded you? Be courageous and valiant. So the servants of Absalom did to Amnon as Absalom had commanded. Then all the king's sons arose, and each one got on his mule and fled. And it came to pass while they were on the way that news came to David, saying, Absalom killed all the king's sons, and not one of them is left. So the king arose and tore his garments and lay on the ground, and all the servants stood by with their clothes torn. Then Jonadab, the son of Shemiah, David's brother, answered and said, Let not my lord suppose they have killed all the young men, the king's sons, for only Amnon is dead. For by the command of Absalom, this has been determined from the day that he forced his sister Tamar. Now therefore let not my lord the king take the thing to his heart, to think that all the king's sons are dead, for only Amnon is dead. Absalom flees to Geshur. Oh, he's running away from his dad because he killed his own brother. Then Absalom fled, and the young man who was keeping watch lifted his eyes and looked, and there many people were coming from the road on the hillside behind him. And Jonadab said to the king, Look, the king's sons are coming, as your servant said, so it is. So it was, and soon as he had finished speaking, that the king's son indeed came, and they lifted up their voice and wept. Also the king and all the servants wept very bitterly. But Absalom fled and went to Talmai, the son of Amihud, the king of Geshur, and David mourned for his son every day. So Absalom fled and went to Geshur and was there 3 years. And King David longed to go to Absalom, for he had been comforted concerning Amnon, because he was dead. Absalom returns to Jerusalem. Is it 13 and 14 only? Let's see.
I got it.
Stupid screen.
Oh my god.
My phone is really old. It does not work anymore, so I need a new one, but they're expensive, so. Okay, Absalom returns to Jerusalem. Did I already read? Wait, it was 20.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. Absalom returns to Jerusalem. So Joab, the son of Zeruiah, perceived that the king's heart was concerned about Absalom. And Joab, sent to Tekoa and brought him there a wise woman and said to her, Please pretend to be a mourner and be on mourning apparel and put on mourning apparel. Do not anoint yourself with oil, but act like a woman who has been mourning a long time for the dead. Go to the king and speak to him in this manner. So Joab put the words in her mouth, and when the woman of Tekoa spoke to the king, she fell on her face to the ground and prostrated herself and said, Help, O king. Then the king said to her, What troubles you? And she answered, Indeed, I am a widow. My husband is dead. Now your maidservant had 2 sons, and the 2 fought with each other in the field, and there was no one to part them, but the one struck the other and killed him. And now the whole family has risen up against your maidservant, and they said, Deliver him who struck his brother, that we may execute him for the life of his brother whom he killed, and we will destroy the heir also. So they would extinguish my ember that is left, and leave to my husband neither name nor remnant on the earth. Then the king said to the woman, Go to your house, and I will give orders concerning you. And the woman of Tekoa said to the king, My lord, O king, let the iniquity be on me and my father's house, and the king and his throne be guiltless. So the king said, Whoever says anything to you, bring him to me, and he shall not touch you anymore. Then she said, Please let the king remember the Lord your God, and do not permit the avenger of blood to destroy any more, lest they destroy my son. And he said, As the Lord lives, not one hair of your son shall fall to the ground. Therefore the woman said, Speak, let your maidservant speak another word to my lord the king. And he said, Say on. So the woman said, Why then have you schemed such a thing against the people of God? For the king speaks this thing as one who is guilty in that the king does not bring his banished one home again. For we will surely die and become like water spilled on the ground, which cannot be gathered up again. Yet God does not take away a life, but he devises means so that he banishes ones so his banished ones are not expelled from him. Now therefore I have come to speak of this thing to my lord the king, because the people have made me afraid. And your maidservant said, I will now speak to the king. It may be that the king will perform the request of his maidservant. For the king will hear and deliver his maidservant from the hand of the man who would destroy me and my son together from the inheritance of God. Your maidservant said, the word of my lord the king will now be comforting, for as the angel of God is, so is my lord, and the king is discerning good and evil. And may the Lord your God be with you. Then the king answered and said to the woman, please do not hide from me anything that I ask you. And the woman said, please let my lord the king speak. So the king said, is the hand of Joab with you in all this? And the woman answered and said, as you live, my lord the king, no one can turn to the right hand or to the left from anything that my lord the king has spoken. For your servant Joab commanded me, and he put all these words in the mouth of your maidservant to bring about this change of affairs. Your servant Joab has done this thing, but my lord is wise, according to the wisdom of the angel of God, to know everything that is in the earth. And the king said to Joab, all right, I have granted this thing. Go therefore, bring back the young man Absalom. Then Joab fell to the ground on his face and bowed himself and thanked the king. And Joab said, today your servant knows that I have found favor in your sight, my lord, O king, in that the king has fulfilled the request of his servant. So Joab arose and went to Geshur and brought Absalom to Jerusalem. And the king said, let him return to his own house, but do not let him see my face. So Absalom returned to his own house, but did not see the king's face. David forgives Absalom. Now in all Israel there was no one who was praised as much as Absalom for his good looks. From the sole of his foot to the crown of his head there was no blemish in him. And when he cut the hair of his head, at the end of every year he cut it because it was heavy on him. When he cut it, he weighed the hair of his head and at 200 shekels, according to the king's standard. To Absalom were born 3 sons and 1 daughter, whose name was Tamar. She was a woman of beautiful appearance. And Absalom dwelt 2 full years in Jerusalem, but did not see the king's face. Therefore Absalom sent for Joab to send him to the king, but he would not come to him. And when he sent again the second time, he would not come. So he said to his servants, see, Joab's fields near mine, and he said, and he has barley there. Go and set it on fire. And Absalom's servants set the field on fire. Then Joab arose and came to Absalom's house and said to him, why have your servants set my field on fire? And Absalom answered Joab, look, I sent to you saying, come here so that I may send you to the king to say, why have I come from Geshur? It would be better for me to be there still. Now therefore let me see the king's face. But if there is iniquity in me, let him execute me. So Joab went to the king and told him. And when he had called for Absalom, he came to the king and bowed himself on his face to the ground before the king. Then the king kissed Absalom. Oh. Says, I forgive you. All right. Well, Amnon was a jerk. Okay. 1 Corinthians 3.
Oh. Bruh. Beep. Oh.
Okay.
Ow.
What are you doing to yourself?
I was like this. I was like,
That's no good.
and I might have accidentally like smushed my nose against the side of the table here.
Awesome.
Don't do that.
Sectarianism is carnal. And I, brethren, could not speak to you as to spiritual people, but as to carnal,
Oh, that's where it is.
as to babes in Christ. I fed you with milk and not with solid food, for until now you were not able to receive it, and even now you are still not able, for you are still carnal. For where there are envy, strife, and divisions among you, are you not carnal and behaving like mere men? For when one says, I am of Paul, and another, I am of Apollos, are you not carnal? Okay.
Okay.
Watering, working, warning. Watering, working, warning. Okay.
Watering, working. So there was a warning for working waters.
Exactly. Exactly. No, exactly. No. Who then is Paul and who is Apollos, but ministers through whom you believed, as the Lord gave to each one? I planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the increase. So then neither he who plants is anything, nor he who waters, but God who gives the increase. Now he who plants and he who waters are one, and each one will receive his own reward according to his own labor. For we are God's fellow workers. You are God's field. You are God's building. According to the grace of God, which was given to me as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation. Master builder.
I heard that before. It was in the Lego movie.
Oh, I have laid the foundation, and another builds on it. But let each one take heed how he builds on it. For no other foundation can another lay than that which is laid, which is Jesus Christ. Now, if anyone builds on this foundation with gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, straw, each one's work will become clear, for the day will declare it, because it was revealed by fire. And the fire will test each one's work of what sort it is. If anyone's work which he has built on it endures, he will receive a reward. If anyone's work is burned, he will suffer a loss, but he himself will be saved. Yet so as through fire, do you not know that you are the temple of God and that the Spirit of God dwells in you? If anyone defiles the temple of God, God will destroy him, for the temple of God is holy. Which temple you are? Avoid worldly wisdom. Ooh, this is a good one. Let no one deceive himself. If anyone among you seems to be wise in this age, let him become a fool, that he may become wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. For it is written, He catches the wise in their own craftiness. And again, the Lord knows the thoughts of the wise, that they are futile. Therefore, let no one boast in men, for all things are yours. Whether Paul or Apollos or Cephas or the world or life or death or things present or things to come are yours. And you are Christ's, and Christ is God's. Wow. So some people think they're so smart. Oh, I have a doctorate. Oh, I'm a doctor. Oh, I won the Nobel Prize.
I'm a lawyer.
I'm a lawyer. I'm so smart. I have all these degrees and this and that.
Teacher.
God says, you a fool.
Arrogance is not fitting for a fool.
Right.
You know where I heard that? VeggieTales.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
If y'all have not watched VeggieTales, you missing out, because they have amazing stories about the Bible. They make amazing examples about the Bible stories. Well, not examples. They make funny. I think it's more like funny and more. I don't know.
Well, they're good stories. Yeah. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you. God bless.
Thanks for joining us today. Bye. Have a nice day.